What do we have for Leo, please? Five of Swords, Aquarius energy at the foundation of the reading. What do we have for the sacral, please? Nine of Wands, Sag energy at the sacral. And what do we have at the solar plexus, please? The Chariot, Cancer energy at the solar plexus. Leo, I feel that you are finally standing up for yourself and putting up some sort of boundaries or perimeter with an energy that was causing you to feel like you were sacrificing your integrity. There seems to be this sense that you are moving on from something. Some of you could be moving, some of you could be traveling, but there's definitely some sort of movement of energy here. It's like you have finally said no to something. You have finally walked away from something, and there seems to be an energy here of agreeing to disagree, not because you agree, but because you are done arguing about it, whatever that means for you. Now, there seems to be this energy here with this Five of Swords at the foundation that was feeding off of you in some capacity, feeding off of your pain and sorrow. And I feel that it's taken all of this time for you to finally get to the point where you had the courage to do something about this. There's also a sense here that this is one of these energies that made you feel in some capacity like you were a burden to them. But what's interesting here is that as soon as you begin releasing this energy from your life or you begin moving away from it, it becomes very clear that they can't function without you. It's as if you sever some sort of cord from this very vampiric, parasitic energy and they begin to drain out. It's like they have been feeding off of your light this entire time, and you are made to feel like you are the one not bringing anything to the table in some regard here. Now, the Nine of Wands at the sacral is telling me that you're protecting something. I feel that a lot of you have some sort of vision for your life. Now, given the fact this Nine of Wands is at the sacral, it could also have to do with something you want to do. And there's something about this other energy here that was in direct opposition with this. With the Chariot, I feel that you're finally putting everything you have into you, into your vision. You're no longer allowing somebody else to color this for you. You're taking whatever you have, you're packing it up, and you're going to be on your way, and you're going to focus on your soul vision for your life, whatever that is. You're not going to try and integrate this energy into your life anymore. You're not going down that path anymore. You've already tried it countless times, and you always wind up at the exact same place, but a little bit worse with each go around. It's like things were just getting progressively worse. You tried as hard as you could. You did the best you can to try and improve the situation here. But it was like every time you went back or you reconnected with this energy, it would be fine for maybe a day or two. And then it would go back to how it was, but a little worse again with each go around. And it's gotten to the point where it was extreme enough that you had to actually do something about it. And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. So I feel that you have gained some sort of mental clarity surrounding this situation. Yeah, you're finally being honest with yourself in a way that I don't think you have ever before. And then the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is very similar to the Chariot in that they both represent very quick movement. The Knight of Swords is also an energy that's very action-oriented. So I feel you are taking action in areas that you haven't in this capacity before. And it's shocking, this energy. Yeah, I'm feeling that this energy is beginning to feel very exposed because you're no longer there to hide behind. And this is something that I picked up in the collective reading that I just put out. The message was about them cloaking themselves inside your energy, right? So that part of that collective reading might have been speaking about you and your situation, Leo. It's like they can't hide behind you anymore, right? See, when it comes to very narcissistic people or just wicked people in general, they always seem to have somebody who's the complete opposite around them, right? It's like they bring in somebody who's highly empathic to hide behind. And it's like they use that person to cloak who they really are to the rest of the world. It's like people see you and see them and automatically assume that that person must be a decent individual because of their connection to you. That's what I'm picking up inside of this energy. So again, this whole situation is being turned upside down and you're seeing it in a different way now. You're seeing exactly what we're talking about here. It's like as you're removing yourself, the exposure is beginning to take place. This is mind-blowing when this happens as well. And this is always how narcissistic people are brought out into the light. It has less to do with them per se and more to do with the people around them. It's like when the people around them start making moves, start removing themselves from their energy, it's like this person is just standing there out in the cold, completely naked. What do we have at the heart, please? Wow, hangman. Pisces energy at the heart. Okay, so the hangman's all about letting go, but it's also an energy of seeing something from a different perspective. So this could be you now, right? Having this realization. It's like as you are removing yourself from the space, right? It's like you're seeing things in a way that you haven't before. You're like, oh my God, I finally see it now. I get it. It wasn't me. It was always them. And this is also how other people are beginning to view this situation. I'm also hearing something here, Leo, about a situation for a lot of you where you may have removed yourself. And this could be going on several years now. And it's only just now that people are starting to see the other person for who they really are. And you may have removed yourself from these spaces and be nowhere to be found or just not communicate with these people anymore. And people are thinking about that like, wow, it wasn't actually Leo. It was so-and-so the entire time. And I feel that some of these people are beginning to feel bad for either not believing you or maybe taking the wrong side. There's something here about a situation similar to something like that. Now, the hangman here is also speaking about something that the universe is gifting you with. And I feel that it's coming in the form of wisdom. It's like you've learned something now, Leo, and this is something that's very valuable. This is one of these situations where you go through a horrendous karmic cycle and you come out the other end holding some sort of life experience or, again, some sort of wisdom. And it just gives you some sort of renewed sense of purpose. It's like you feel seen, you feel aligned. It's like you are here because you had to go through some sort of experience and you have now armed yourself with the wisdom of that experience, and it makes you feel a certain kind of power, I feel, that you've never felt before. You know, this is easily one of these situations where somebody goes through something really challenging and they make it out the other side and they have this amazing story to tell, right? Maybe somebody writes a book. Maybe somebody starts a podcast. Maybe somebody becomes a motivational speaker. There's so many different ways this can show up. Or it could just be you having an overall better sense of discernment moving forward, which gives you this renewed sense of hope in the knowing that you can build a better life for yourself, having gone through all the struggles that you have up until that very moment. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? 10 of Wands, Sag energy at the throat. Okay, so this is really following what I'm saying about you having some newfound sense of wisdom, because that 10 of Wands is at the throat chakra. So it's like you communicating something around your struggles, the challenges that you have had to face, and the sense of purpose and achievement that was waiting for you on the other side. This is one of these energies where you look back on your path, and for the first time, I feel ever, you understand the universe in a way that you haven't before. It's like you see some sort of metaphorical design around your life. You find yourself sitting, contemplating over all the highs and lows. And you start calculating, well, this had to happen to get me to here. If I hadn't gone through that twist and turn and that massive obstacle over there, there's no way I would be right here. So this is when you start to put all the pieces together and you actually begin to feel grateful for all of it, for every single lesson. Because even though that path saw you overcoming some horrendous struggles and obstacles, you know it had to go down like that. Because had it of not, you simply would not be here in the capacity you are now. And I'm actually okay, now this could speak metaphorically, but I'm seeing somebody in my mind's eye holding a baby. Now, this baby could be literal. It's like one of these situations where you're thinking back on your path again, right? Had I not gone through this, I wouldn't have met this person, I wouldn't have this baby. Okay, very basic, simple example. But the baby is also representing your new life, a project, right? Again, it's all a representation of some sort of divine design that has been structured around your life. There is never a straight, clear path to your purpose. It is always going to be full of trials and tribulations. There simply would not be any purpose for us existing if there wasn't. We are here to work inside this life cycle, not so much in the obvious way, more in a divinely ordered way, which sees us having experience that allows us to gather wisdom. Think about wisdom as the fuel for expansion and evolution. The universe needs it. It's how it literally expands. With every lesson you learn inside your everyday waking life, Leo, the universe expands a little more. Now think about that in terms of what each one of us is assigned to do inside our everyday waking lives. Now that idea about the universe expanding based on our wisdom and experience begins to make a whole lot more sense. And it also gives you this sort of sense of purpose, right? Wow, I'm a part of that. I'm in that. I'm in the fabric of the universe. I am here because I am a divine soldier. And within that, I must experience, I must gather wisdom. And this path that you've had to walk to get to this very moment, Leo, is you doing just that. And then right on the bottom of the deck, there's your energy, Leo, the strength card. Now, the strength card here, after all of that channeling there, is telling me that you were the right person for the job. That's why you were chosen for all of this, because the divine knew that you would be able to come out the other side of this better for having gone through it. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Page of Swords, air energy at the third eye. Now we begin the new cycle. This is also highlighting what we mentioned with the Ace of Swords, right? The mental clarity surrounding some sort of idea that you have. It's like you gained mental clarity from this situation and realized that until you extracted yourself from a certain space, this was not going to come to pass. It's like saying, okay, well, this is the vision I have for my life. There's no way I'm going to be able to pull that off while I'm dealing with such and such. And the Page of Swords here is you getting this and now applying this knowledge to your path moving forward and beginning this new cycle. The pages are all about new beginnings. And typically, when you see an ace, right, like we saw with the Ace of Swords, that's the universe saying, hey, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's make that happen. But first, we need to clear out some of this other energy. And the page is actually you implementing this idea now with the divine's support. I also think about the pages as the first day of school, but the next grade, right? That's where we're at here now. It's like you're on to the next chapter. You're on to the next cycle. And then right there, we see these birds back there. There's 2, 4, yeah, there's 10 birds. I feel like that is the old cycle. It's like you've left something behind, right? 10s represent the end of something. And then the page, again, represents the beginning of something. So one chapter closes, another one begins. And those 10 birds could also represent those 10 wands, right? It's like you've learned the lessons from that cycle. You don't need to repeat it again. It's over. But what's interesting about these situations, especially when you're dealing with narcissistic people, like we've been picking up inside your energy, is they always try to get you to repeat the same cycle over and over again. See, their whole point in your life, which sounds weird even saying, right, is to keep you trapped with them so they can keep feeding off of your light. And see, the divine allows this to happen because the divine needs you to wake up to who you really are, right? So they allow you to be in those spaces. They're cheering for you from the sidelines, like, come on, Leo, wake up. Remember who you are, right? But that's not easy. That can take a large portion of your life. But eventually, God willing, you wake up. And that's where we're at now. You've come online, right? What do we have at the crown, please, Spirit? The moon. Pisces energy at the crown. Leo, I feel that your intuition is on fire right now. I feel that you're getting a lot of downloads. It could be coming through in your dreams, but intuitively speaking, I feel that you may be battling with some of the downloads you're receiving. It's like the universe sending you some sort of intuitive nudge and you feeling guided to do something, but also holding yourself back. But there's still this sort of deep knowing that you must follow the guidance that you're receiving. And I feel that this is just you working this new muscle, Leo. I feel that you have come from a cycle where you'd be receiving these downloads and you may not have been putting any action behind them based on the situation you were in. It's like the download is received, but you sort of put it off to the side, or maybe you cherry pick it, right? But now I think that you're beginning to understand that the universe has been sending you clear guidance for quite some time now. But because of what was taking place inside your energy, it was either too hard to really see this for what it was, or there was some sort of fear and anxiety around what it would look like if you started implementing these changes. And Leo, I got to say that this is all very normal, especially when somebody is preparing to graduate on from a cycle like you have here. This is not an easy task by any means. It takes time. It takes a lot of mental bandwidth to actually process all of this. But you're also starting to see very clearly, metaphorically speaking, that the presence of the divine is there with you right now and always has been. It's like the closer you get to implementing some sort of change, the clearer it is to you that source has been by your side this entire time, which I feel has given you a clear understanding of your free will. It's like you saying, oh yeah, I have free will. I have to actually implement these changes. I have to actually set the tone of what I want my life to look like so the universe can assist me. The universe can only give me nudges. The universe can only give me ideas and visions, but it can't force me to do anything. Because why? You are here to gather wisdom, and there will be no point in doing so if the universe knew exactly what the trajectory of your life was going to be before you made the decisions to walk down that path. And what does this all lead to? The great awakening in your life, judgment, Pluto, Scorpio energy on the bottom of the deck, okay? So there's a massive awakening taking place in your life here, Leo, but this goes far beyond just making some changes in your everyday waking life. This is something that hits you on a soul level. It's one of these changes that touches every sector of your life. Nothing will ever look the same. Nothing will ever be the same. And that's why it's so challenging to actually accomplish this. Because there's something inside of you that knows that once you make that decision, nothing will be the same. What do we have at the foundation, please, Spirit? Wow. 5 of Wands. Shadow, Leo energy at the foundation, right underneath that 5 of Swords, just further emphasizing the message that we've been channeling through here for you. The 5 of Wands is an energy of obstacles and challenges, and this is you seeing very clearly now that this bullying energy, this 5 of Swords right above it, was and is the culprit. It's like you see clearly now what has always been holding you back. But you also know, Leo, that you hold the cards now. For you to stay in this cycle any longer would just be you letting yourself down. I also feel that that's a realization that you may have not been fully equipped to understand up until now, because something has been made crystal clear to you in a way that it hadn't been up until now. There's a lot of conflict at the foundation of the reading, which can be speaking about your environment, your home life. There's something around the overall structure. Yeah, I just heard the epicenter of your life. Okay. So let's say, for example, this is a living arrangement, right? It's like the people that you're living with, the person, whatever it is, there seems to be some sort of massive battle going on there. There's a lot of discord. And I feel that this is hitting a fever pitch because you have a different sight now. And this other energy can feel you preparing to break the chains of this situation, so to speak. What do we have at the sacral, please? 2 of Pentacles, Capricorn energy at the sacral. Now, Leo, take this where it applies to your situation, but there seems to be an energy here that wants to cause some sort of disruption to you breaking these chains, so to speak. Now, I'm hearing that some of you are in the throes of this situation, or some of you are looking back on a situation with a newfound perspective. It's like the universe is showing you something that you didn't see before. A little detail to something like, I I didn't see that before, but now I see very clearly that they were always doing this, right? This is one of these times when you find out that somebody was doing something behind your back, but it's not really from another person. It's just something that hits you by way of perspective, right? It's like some of you are so far removed from a situation that you finally have a newfound sense of clarity that allows you to see some of the things that you didn't see when you were in the throes of the situation. Now, that's one group. The other group is still in this situation, and you are being warned here just to be careful because I'm picking up some sort of sabotaging energy right underneath this Nine of Wands. It's like you need to create some sort of distance from this energy because I feel that, yeah, I just heard all's fair in love and war. Okay, that's going to apply to somebody's situation, but it's as if this energy knows that you are getting ready to make some sort of move, and they're devising some sort of plan to stop you or affect your forward momentum. Yeah, I'm hearing something about them making the situation so unstable that moving forward feels like an impossibility. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Wow. Queen of Swords, air energy at the solar plexus. Okay, so I feel like they're going to put on an act. Okay, and I just heard for those of you that have already removed yourself from the situation, you're seeing now that something was an act. But the Queen of Swords from this deck is the pathological liar of the tarot, right? And I always get a kick out of the fact that it's clearly a donkey, right? But they're holding up peacock feathers, right? So it's like they're pretending to be something they're not. Again, just putting on an act, okay? But there's something very deceptive, obviously, about this energy. So just be on the lookout for some sort of shift in this person's demeanor and or personality. It's almost like, for some of you, you could be dealing with a situation where somebody tries to be overly accommodating in ways that they never have before. It's like all of a sudden they just pivot. Yeah, others of you may be used to them doing this, right? It's like as soon as they can sense that you are preparing to make some sort of moves, all of a sudden they put on a show, right? Yeah, I just heard, I'm a lowly donkey with peacock feathers. I mean no harm. And that's right underneath the Chariot, right? So the Chariot is you gearing up to make moves, right? You're like, I'm out of here. I'm done. They're like, oh, wait. Please don't go. I'm just a lowly donkey with peacock feathers. And that's right at the solar plexus. So they're trying to do something to disarm you, to disempower you. And I feel that they're trying to hit you with your kryptonite, okay? Whatever that is for you. For some people, it could be emotional, right? It's like they're pulling on your heartstrings. But Leo, I feel that whatever it is, right? So say they're trying to come at you from an angle that hits you in a soft spot. I feel that you've worked through whatever that is now because I'm actually picking up on shadow Leo energy. So it's like you not really being yourself, right? Because you're around this energy, but you have this newfound sense of purpose and power. So you're not really the same person that they've always been used to. It's like you have harnessed some sort of strength inside of you. I mean, you are the strength card in the tarot, which we just saw a moment ago on the bottom of the deck, right? So they're used to you being strength card in reverse, which is an energy of self-doubt. It's an energy of weakness. It's an energy of fear, right? But you've overcome that now. So now what they're being met with is the complete opposite of what they've always been used to. What do we have at the heart position, please? Okay. King of Pentacles, catastrophe and haste. Yeah, this act doesn't last long. As soon as they see that it's not working, it's business as usual. King of Pentacles, red in its negative polarity. Okay, here's this very domineering, very controlling energy, right? I'm almost getting something threatening now. And I feel that it's the... Yeah. It's them pivoting between these two energies, right? That triggers some sort of awakening inside of you. It's like you see something in a way that you haven't before. Yeah, I just heard their mask slips Now, the masks are really just referring to different personalities, right? It's like finally you catch the space in between the personalities and something just shifts inside of you in a way that it never has before. You're like, what? But there's also this realization that they've always done this. Yeah, I'm also hearing it's frightening to you when you see that, and then you realize that you've been dealing with this the entire time, right? See, that's what an awakening of this kind feels like. The awakening is usually you seeing something that has always been there in a way that you never have before until that very moment. And there's something frightening that occurs inside of you. Awakening can be likened to feeling like, oh my God, I got to get out of here. I got to do something. I got to make a change, right? Whatever it is for your situation. There's this sudden feeling like you got to do something, right? That's what I'm getting here. And then on the other side of this card, we have the Six of Wands. Leo, that is your energy right there. And it says longevity. So the Six of Wands from this deck is the energy of a personal triumph, okay? There's some sort of victory here for you, Leo. And again, this is further confirming to us that you're having the mental clarity around this situation that unless you do something about it, that vision, that goal, that project, that idea for your life is simply going to remain a dream, okay? And you start to see that this energy that has been holding you back or keeping you in this cycle here was assigned to do this by something that is beyond explanation. It's just a deep knowing that you have. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? Eight of Cups, Pisces energy underneath the Nine of Wands. So this is an energy of withdrawing. It's like you're finally ready to move on, and you feel like you have learned the lesson, you've gathered the wisdom, rather, that you needed to. It's like something has switched on inside of you. And it says right here, transformation, right? Gives consolation in adversity. And see how this angel is turning that jug upside down? It's as if to say, oh, you mean to tell me there was never anything in there? Just some dust? And I always associate this with water, right? Water in the jug. And water in the tarots represent emotion, right? Feelings, love. So it's like you're turning that jug upside down and there's nothing in there, right? I'm also hearing that this awakening for you, Leo, is waking up to some sort of karmic cycle that has been repeating over and over in your life, so much so to where you can almost hear the film strip slapping around the tape reels, right? Like a haunted old movie theater. It's that sound when there's two tape reels spinning and the tape runs out and then it just starts slapping around the tape reel here and there's that clicking sound, right? That's what I'm hearing here. And there's this break in between before this energy here reattaches the film strip to the other tape reel and starts the karmic cycle over again. It's like that in-between space is where some of you are at right now. Oh, I just heard that's the glitch in the matrix that they were not expecting to happen. It's like the film set around your life just kind of falls down and you see just enough of what was always behind the curtain before they put it all back up. Very Truman Show kind of vibe in this reading here. What do we have at the third eye, please? Page of Pentacles. Now, I only read these cards here as uprights, but I will consider the message that it would give us as a Page of Pentacles in reverse. So the Page of Pentacles upright here, underneath this Page of Swords, again, is speaking about new beginnings. Both of these cards represent a beginning. The Page of Swords was that idea or the mental clarity, and the Page of Pentacles is the power of manifestation, right? It's like you are taking that first step. And if we were to consider the message that it also gave us in reverse, it would be you missing out on doing this, right? It's like that's no longer happening. You know, it probably used to be like this before now. It's like you'd get there almost, and then all of a sudden you'd go back, right? They'd reattach the film strip to the other reel. But that's simply not the case anymore. You've seen too much. You've seen who's really behind the curtain now, and there's no way that you can ever go back. All right, let's close this out for Leo. What do we have at the crown, please? Oh, perfect. Lovers, Gemini energy at the crown to close out the reading. Now, the Lovers card in a spread like this is speaking about alignment. It's like that's your higher self, and here's you in the here and now, right? It's like your higher self is rescuing you from this situation. It's like you're out of there, right? It's like you are being escorted to the new timeline. I'm also hearing something here for you Leos that may be in the throes of this situation. All you're being encouraged to do is conclude that you are never going to repeat this cycle again, and the universe will start providing you with a way out. But you have to listen and you have to trust. You have to have faith. You can't get through this situation without it. And for those of you who have already been through this situation and have lived to tell the story, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So maybe it's up to some of you to also encourage other Leos, or really anybody who may be going through a situation just like this, which further confirms what we were speaking about earlier on in the reading about having to go through this situation to be able to gather the wisdom for the universe, right? You know, sometimes it doesn't have to sound that deep and profound. It could be you going through an experience and then sharing your experience with somebody else who's going through something similar. And based on you sharing that story, they're able to now find the courage to do something about their situation, and on and on and on again. So Leo, however this reading is showing up in your life right now, I hope that we are able to provide you with something encouraging to help you through it, regardless where you are on the timeline. So with that, I will leave it here. All right, Leo, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Also, consider giving this reading a hype, as it will help to get the video in the algorithm and push it out to other people who may need the reading. If you would like to join the membership section of my channel, you can click on the join button or find the link down below. I upload additional videos there each month. So go check it out. Those readings are quite potent because I pick up on a smaller collective of individuals. I'm also running a 15% off sale at PLUTOBEANstudio.com, where I have a number of items which are extensions of the creative output of my channel. You can see a lot of the items in the sidebar and also down below this video. So go check it out if you want to see some of the other things that I've been working on. I also still have some limited spots open for personal readings. You can find that information down below in the description. I also wanted to thank everybody who's been donating to my channel lately. Your donations help keep my channel going, so thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. But lastly, I would like to know how this reading resonated with you. So leave me a heart and or a comment down below, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.